What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again here to bring you guys yet another One Piece treasure cruise video. And of course, with the latest Kizuna Clash, we finally got access to these super evolution skulls for Perona. I cannot tell you how annoying this whole vibe thing that they've got going on with these super evolution units, locking them behind paywalls, waiting multiple months to get access to these skulls. It is by far and away one of the worst changes they have brought into this game. I don't understand why you would lock these characters behind paywalls. I mean, look, I talked about this extensively in other videos and on stream before, but could you imagine if Dokkan Battle locked Extreme Z Awakens behind having to summon for the buffed versions of the characters? It is the dumbest stuff ever. Everyone would be losing their minds about it. And I just think that this particular thing needs to be changed. And look, let me tell you, I'm letting them know about it. This stuff is ridiculous. But either way, let's actually talk about what 6+ Perona is all about. Now, this video, I tried to just run all the female waifus in one team together. That was the whole goal of this one. Yeah, you could definitely build a way more optimal team with this. But hey, I just thought this one would be kind of fun. So Perona is kind of interesting. What I will say is that there are benefits to having the 6+, but it is interesting because this unit is slightly different from the 6-star version in a couple different ways. The biggest change really is the classes. It goes to she was Free Spirit, and her Free Spirit class is now changed into Driven. So yeah, that is an inherent downside, I feel, because I think Free Spirit is probably just a better team, straight up. Driven obviously is not a terrible thing, and having a unit like this for the Driven class is good, but if we're just looking at in terms of is it a buff for Perona, I would say it's kind of a downgrade. But hey, as I said, having a unit like this for the Driven class is a good thing. Now, as a captain, you're probably not going to be using her too much as a captain because she doesn't really have, utility that much, really. But with her effects, she gives the buffs to her classes and color into Shooter Driven. She gives a bit of cooldown, and then she does give more damage if the enemy is inflicted with a debuff, whether that be the negative status or increased damage taken, you get a 1.3 damage bonus, or if they have any other, debuff, whether it be delay, poison, defense down, you get 1.25 times damage. So that's kind of cool, but of course, that's fine. Damage is not really a problem in a lot of use cases. And then when you use a special ability on your crew, depending on your HP of your team, while she's the captain, she activates an additional effect. So basically, when you are below 50% health and then you activate a special while this character is the captain, she's going to inflict 1.75 times increased damage taken to the enemy for one turn that goes through all immunity. That's really dope. So, you can be below 50%, use any other special, and then boom, you get increased damage taken, which of course gives you the buffed version of the captain with the additional multiplier. So that's a really interesting way to go about it, and I feel like in a lot of use cases, you're definitely not going to go ahead and use double Perona. Definitely this unit is better when you have it in a hybrid scenario, but hey, it is what it is. And then if you use her as a captain, you get access to the super type. The super type's interesting. In order to activate it, you just need to use 2 special abilities. So it's very easy to activate. And then the effect itself will give all enemies negative status for 10 turns, ignoring immunity. It allows your crew to buff your chain lock effects 2 times, and then further increase your chain lock effects by 0.25, and changes type slots into matching. So it's a very, very good super type effect. So realistically, you would use the special ability of Perona first. It gives you a conditional boost, it gives you a chain lock, which we'll talk about in a moment, and then you use the super type effect, which would inflict negative status on the opponent, granting buffs for that conditional boost that she gives, and then also allows you to double buff your chain lock and also buff the chain lock. So yeah, that's a really, really good effect that she does have. Very good super type ability, but you're not probably using her as a captain all that often. And then her special ability, which we kind of were touching up on just a moment ago, it actually does quite a lot of things. It poisons all enemies. I completely didn't even know that it did that, but it's a regular poison, and it doesn't go through immunity or anything, so that's fine. The big thing, though, it removes 2 turns of damage nullification. That is a really big deal, and the reason why she is used in the most recent Pirate King adventures is due to that specific ability. Removing 2 turns of damage nullification, you'd be surprised. Not a lot of characters remove a lot of damage nullification, so that's good that she does have that. She cancels attack reducing slot effects for 3 turns, so if you get a badly matching slot, it counts as a neutral slot for 3 turns. It's kind of a whatever ability. It changes empty block bomb, recovery, and G slots, and badly matching slots all into matching. That's really neat too. and then it gives you the conditional boost against basically anything. Delay, poison, venom, defense down, negative, or increased damage taken, conditional boost by 2.5 for 2 turns. While this does seem good on paper, the problem is if you want to run a double stacking conditional boost, you're kind of restricted in terms of what other conditional boosts you can use. That's the real downside there. But I feel like in a lot of regular content, this is fine. But in a super boss sense, you're probably never going to use this. And then she also gives you a 2.75 times chain boundary for 2 turns. So that's also really, really good. And then if you use the special ability when you're below half health, it will give the enemies negative status for 1 turn. So you don't have to use the super type to do it, meaning as a crewmate, she can do it. Now, the thing is, it's kind of interesting, is that she'd actually apply this when you're below 80% at the 6-star form. So this is just like a straight up debuff. I don't know why they did that. And then it also extends the durations of the chain and the conditional boost. So that's like the kind of, why you would use her, is that you can use her as a sub. If you're below half health, you get 3-turn conditional boost, you get the condition, and you also get a 3-turn chain boundary, which is pretty strong. Removing damage nullification on top of it, good orb change. There are going to be use cases for this character as a sub, but it's just kind of interesting some of the decisions they decided to do in terms of the class change and some of the HP requirement changes they decided to do. Really, really strange. But overall, I think this is a really fun character to use. It just shouldn't have been locked behind a paywall. It's just ridiculous. But let me know your thoughts and opinions about 6+ Perona down below in the comment section. I hope you guys enjoyed this video though. If you did, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. On that, guys, I will see you guys within the next video.